All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, yeah. In the field like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want.
Okay, Coach, we are just west of downtown Denver off of I-25 at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Denver Broncos. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 70 in. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Ready, go. Ready.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Ready, go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. The 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 77 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He'll get 15 and a Giants 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They run with Barkley on 1st down, and he gets about 5 out of it. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 41, Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hey, Orbit. Let's defense.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And it's caught by Parker. It's a big-time play there for the G-Man. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Set. 15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie.
47. Go. Go.
Set, go.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic.
Ready, go.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. On first down, Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. That's on Kevin Zeitler, acquired in the Odell Beckham trade.
Go. Let's go.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Hey, Haywood.
Got four down.
Now Jones, operating from the gun. Over the middle, it's complete. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. 2nd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Ready,
from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Giants have taken the lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2nd and 4. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Well, this wind is definitely going to be a factor as this game goes along. He's throwing straight into it here in the first quarter, and the ball fluttered on him a little bit. He'll definitely have to file that one away and make a mental note of it.
Here's Jones on first down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good as that is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll look to throw here. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Here we go. Sponge. 80 weapon.
Jones throwing on first down. Complete to his tight end, Seth DeValve. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in, touchdown, New York. In for the score. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Check pass. Check pass.
Ready, ready.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Lorenzo Carter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off at the 38. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check, 59.
Hey, Delta.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59.
Jones now. Off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Tighten up. Pull together.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Break.
Mike 50. You gonna get this one? You think you can go?
On 2nd and 7, Jones. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Smooth. Fight.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bradley Chubb, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
At their own 13-yard line.
Let's go now.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Lorenzo Carter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at his own 10, and he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Throwing Jones. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Kazin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Chopper.
They'll set up to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 36. And this one will be brought back to the 22. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Good running for Barkley there on first down as he'll get forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Broncos' 16-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I got one.
On the run, it's Barkley. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Let's go. 60 outlaw.
I'm coming after you.
5. Now.
From the gun, Jones looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Exit.
4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic.
Let's go. Ready, go.
They'll drop to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 48 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Ready, go.
54's mic. Check. Watch.
Let's go.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Pick it up.
80 weapon. Cut.
Again, it'll be Freeman. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Here we go.
This is 3rd and goal. And this Giants defense, they have withstood the test thus far.
Sit hot.
They'll try and sneak it here. Call it no gain on the keeper. That's going to bring up a 4th down. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Marr able to put this one through. And that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 2nd down now. Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Let's go. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On the set. Buzz.
Mike 47.
Here we go.
47's the mic, boy.
Hut up.
Check. 47.
All day, dog.
47's the mic.
Hut.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Past the 20. This is the tight end Fant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
There we go.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Here we go.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Let's get that ball. Box trap. Ready, go.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more? He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Now, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Now Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now the Giants send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive? Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. They'll throw now on the final play. And that is incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. 50, plant. Bravo.
Now Jones on 3rd and 2. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
Down. 8, read. Get it.
A first down carry for Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Let's go now.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. It's caught by Aguilar.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 2nd down, Barkley down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
Hey, Charlie. Yo, go.
Mike 48. Jockey.
Ready?
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown, Giants. As his guys are in for 6. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And, you know,
they've got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And the return will stop right around the 25. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 44 yards on the ground. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Look at me, zipper.
They'll run with Barkley. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Jones operating from the gun. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Rosas to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their line.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
You better be afraid of me. Let go. 47 to Mike.
He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Second and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held him in check on the scoreboard. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was DJ Swearinger right there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Bravo! 54, set high. Ready.
Now back to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And now here is another interception. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
On the set.
Hey, 50. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Here we go, D.
Get it.
On first down, Barkley will get only a couple down to the 44.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you.
They'll run it again with Barkley. He spins free. 20. Taking it right down Broadway. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 44 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Giants offense cashes in with 6. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they take a knee. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And they will take a knee here. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position.
Ready, break.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley, and a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go to Barkley again. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. This is Barkley. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
It's 3rd and 7.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, Freeman. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his...
And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Barkley. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Barkley. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
At the 40-yard line.
Come on, set. 90. Wolf. He can't hang. Smoke. He's not going to get me. And go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey.